This is the narcissist's dark mindset. 6 dangerous delusions revealed. Have you ever wondered what makes a narcissist's mindset so dangerous? In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most troubling traits of narcissistic personality disorder, their delusional thinking. This is something every survivor of narcissistic abuse needs to fully understand. Why? Because at some point many of us fell for those delusions while being involved with them. Recognizing these patterns can protect you from falling into the same trap again. So, how do we make sure we don't get caught up in their manipulations? It all starts by learning to spot the delusions that narcissists not only believe themselves, but desperately want you to believe too. Let's break down the most common delusions that narcissists cling to and how they try to pull others into their distorted reality. Ready? Let's get into it. Number 1. Their false sense of entitlement to abuse. Narcissists hold the twisted belief that they have the right to mistreat you whenever they feel like it, without expecting any pushback or repercussions. In their distorted worldview, they feel entitled to privileges that they deny others, including you. If you're in a relationship with them, whether as their partner, spouse, or even their child, they think they can subject you to abuse whenever it suits them, and you are expected to endure it without question. They see you as nothing more than an emotional dumping ground, believing it's your unspoken duty to absorb their anger and frustrations. What makes this dangerous is that over time, you might start to accept this delusional idea as part of your own belief system, just as I did. For years, I genuinely thought that because my father provided financial support, he had the right to treat me however he wanted, for as long as he wanted. This mindset became embedded in my core values. If you found yourself trapped in a similar belief, let me assure you, no one has the right to abuse you, no matter the circumstances. Number 2, their delusional need for worship. Narcissists hold the irrational belief that they are worthy of constant adoration and devotion. In their minds, the entire world should revolve around their wants and needs. When they enter a room, they expect all attention to shift towards ensuring their comfort and happiness. They view the people around them as mere tools or servants whose primary purpose is to cater to their every desire. For example, my father would often say to me, when I say jump, you ask, "How high, sir?" Sadly, I grew up thinking that this behavior was normal. Many victims fall into the trap of believing this too, convinced that this dynamic is just how things are. But a healthy family or relationship should not function like a shrine or a dictatorship. If someone in your life demands this kind of reverence, it's a clear sign you are dealing with someone who likely has a serious personality disorder. Number 3. Shifting blame and avoiding accountability. Narcissists firmly believe that any issues or setbacks in their lives are never their fault. They refuse to take responsibility for anything that goes wrong, regardless of whether it's a direct consequence of their own actions. Whether they're caught cheating, stealing, or even losing their job due to their own neglect, someone else will always be the target of their blame. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, chances are you'll often be the scapegoat. They'll claim they only cheated because you let yourself go, or they stole because you spend too much, or they lost their job because you're too demanding. Even if the situation is entirely unrelated to you, they will still project the blame onto you, convinced that this distorted logic is valid and justified. Personally, I can't count the number of times I accepted blame for things I had no part in. Looking back, every time I did, it chipped away at my identity and self-worth. Each act of taking responsibility for something I didn't do was a form of self-betrayal, deepening my confusion and feeding into the narcissist's cycle of abuse. Number 4. The delusion of being a victim. Narcissists hold onto a warped belief that they are perpetual victims. Anytime you refuse to cater to their whims or push back against their demands, they interpret it as a direct attack on them. In their eyes, your reluctance to comply is proof that you're against them, trying to cause problems, or simply untrustworthy and mean-spirited. They truly believe they are suffering at the hands of your disrespect. This victim mentality is rooted in the narcissist's delusion that anyone who doesn't agree with them or doesn't support their version of reality is somehow victimizing them. Unfortunately, This mindset often manipulates others into buying into the same distorted narrative, which only serves to perpetuate the abuse. The danger lies in not recognizing this delusion for what it is. Having a difference of opinion doesn't mean you're wrong or that you've hurt them. It simply means you have your own perspective, and that doesn't make them a victim. Number 5. Entitlement to unwavering loyalty. Narcissists carry the delusional belief that they deserve your absolute loyalty, no matter how they treat you or how disloyal they themselves are. This entitlement isn't just expected, it's demanded, especially from those closest to them, like partners or children. In their eyes, they are above the standards they impose on others, and it doesn't matter how much hurt or abuse they inflict. They still expect your full devotion. These relationships are never balanced, but narcissists see that as perfectly justified. If you're someone who avoids confrontation and aims to please, it can be incredibly easy to fall into the trap of surrendering to their demands. Over time, you may find yourself slowly abandoning your own values and beliefs to accommodate the narcissist's warped expectations. As you continue to accept their toxic behavior, the essence of who you truly are becomes overshadowed, buried beneath their manipulations, potentially leading to the loss of your true self altogether. Number 6. The expectation of mind reading. Narcissists firmly believe that you should instinctively know what they're thinking at all times. And if you fail to anticipate their thoughts, especially in situations that matter to them, brace yourself for the fallout. When they return home, they won't hesitate to unleash their fury, and a full-blown narcissistic rage is almost guaranteed. How dare you not be able to interpret their facial expressions or magically tune into their unspoken desires? I've personally experienced countless instances of enduring violent outbursts simply because I couldn't read my father's mind in critical moments. Narcissists truly believe you should possess this mind-reading ability, and if you're not vigilant, you might find yourself adopting this impossible expectation. This dangerous belief could lead to you accepting blame for things beyond your control, even apologizing for not predicting their wants or needs. It's a toxic cycle that can leave you burdened with guilt for something no one can do. Thank you for joining me in this important discussion about the insidious traits of narcissists and how they manipulate those around them. We've explored their false sense of entitlement to abuse, their delusional need for worship, their tendency to shift blame, their warped victim mentality, their expectation of unwavering loyalty, and the unrealistic demand for mind reading. Each of these behaviors reveals the depths of their manipulation and the profound impact it can have on your emotional well-being. Conclusion: it's essential to recognize these patterns not just for your own healing, but to empower yourself to break free from the toxic dynamics of narcissistic relationships. Remember, you deserve respect, understanding, and a healthy space where your feelings and boundaries are honored. You are not responsible for their behavior, and acknowledging this truth is the first step toward reclaiming your identity and self-worth. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up. Your support helps me create more content that sheds light on these crucial topics. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and discussions. I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. If you think someone else could benefit from this information, please share this video with them. Thank you for being here today, and remember, your journey towards healing and self-discovery is important. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.